So you have your presentation, and you're excited to share it with your students. It could be a PowerPoint presentation, it could be a Google Slides presentation. You've got the slides and you want to add your voice to it, your narration. That's what screencasting is all about. So here's our Canvas course, and so far we've created a single assignment, but we keep making it better. So I'm going to open it up. And as part of this assignment, we have resources for the students. We have the textbook reading, we have a link to the slides, which I'll go ahead and open up. But again, we want to add in another resource, our voice, to the slides. So in this section, we're going to create that screencast, and we'll use an application known as SnagIt that is available to MiraCosta faculty. So I have installed it, and you can get assistance with installing SnagIt from Jim Julius. So I've done a search for it. Here it is. I can click on it. And I'm going to record video. So it says, what section of the screen do I want to include in the screencast? So I'll go to the top left and drag to the bottom right. Now note that I'm using a small region of the screen. I could have clicked present and gone big screen mode and copied the entire screen, but that might be also a lot of memory, a very large file size. So I'm working with a smaller part of the screen with a smaller file size. Okay, so I've selected my important region, and I'm going to go ahead and start the recording. I get a countdown. Hey, welcome folks to our chapter on memory. We're going to have a lot of interesting questions that we'll be addressing in this chapter, such as what would happen if you lost all of your memories? To what degree would you still be you? How possible is it to create false memories? And do you have any false memories that you might actually think are true? To what degree do we rely upon scripts, typical events, such as a script for a birthday party or a script for fast food, to be able to navigate and get through this world? Is there just one memory system or multiple memory systems? These are just some of the questions we'll be addressing. So there's at least 3 different types of memory systems that have been addressed: episodic memory, semantic memory, and procedural memory. Episodic memory is all about your personal experiences, your autobiographical memories, what feels like it's you, your personal experiences. Semantic memory is knowledge for facts and information to help you to navigate through this world, such as what is a typical birthday party like, who is the current president of the United States, what does that equal MC squared mean anyway? And then finally, procedural memory. Your ability to do actions such as ride a skateboard, type on the keyboard, drive a car. These 3 memory systems help form you into who you are. And imagine what would happen if any one of them were to suddenly stop working. These and many other questions we'll address in this unit. Okay, so this was a short screencast. Typically, students stop watching these videos after about 5 or 7 minutes. So you want to keep them short. It's better to make several short screencasts than to just make one really long one. Okay, so now I'm in the SnagIt editor. I'm going to save this. So I go to File and choose Save As. And I'm going to call it Memory Chapter. And save it here as a MP4. And now I will minimize this. And here it is in the folder where I saved it. So excellent. So I'm going to host this video on YouTube. One of the benefits of hosting this video on YouTube is it'll be automatically closed captioned. Later on, I can contact people at MiraCosta to get it professionally closed captioned. There's grants out there to get closed captions, lots of ways to get it closed captioned, but YouTube will do it automatically. So I'm going to go back to my Chrome browser, and I'm going to start up a new tab called YouTube. But it's important for me to point out to you that I'm logged in via Gmail, so that Google has my login identity here. Because when I start this new tab and I type in YouTube, because I have a Gmail account, I also have a YouTube account, and they are linked. So that already, if I click on this red circle with an R, YouTube says, hey, you're Prof. R. Kelly. And if I click on this icon of a video camera with a plus, it says I can create a video and more. Click on it. And I'm going to choose Upload Video. And at this point, I can drag and drop the video I created with SnagIt and put in YouTube. Now there's other ways to accomplish this as well. This is just one of the many different ways to do it. So it's now uploading. And you'll note that YouTube gives it the same name as what the video file is called. I'm going to just change it. I'll call it Memory Presentation. And because this is going to be for use by my students, that I'm going to give them greater context within Canvas, I don't need to do a lot on the YouTube interface other than just make sure it has a title. So I'll click Next. And they do want me to indicate whether it's been made specifically for kids or not. And no, this is not made for kids. Click Next. Click Next. And how do I want to make this available? I can make it public so that it's available to anyone and they can search for it via YouTube. I'm not interested in doing that. I'm going to make it unlisted, which means that you have to have the URL to be able to view the video. And then in terms of the URL, over here on the right, this is the video link. So if I click on what looks like two overlapping sheets of paper, it says Copy Video Link. I'm going to click there. And now I have copied the link to the video. I'm going to click Save. And I'm now done. If I didn't have that video link before, I could again get it here. I've got it. I click Close. And I am done. So it's showing me that in my YouTube account, I have a video here. It tells me when it was uploaded, views, comments, likes. It's brand new. So let me head back over now to my Canvas course. And I'm going to edit my assignment. And I'm going to add a new resource. And so my resource here, I'll press Enter. And I'll type in Introduction to Memory Systems Lecturette. I think of lecture as a small lecture. And I'm going to highlight that text and do Control K, or it'd be Command K on the Mac. I'm going to paste in the URL. That's a Control V on Windows or Command V on a Mac. And for target, I'm going to say New Window. I don't want the student to leave the Canvas course to watch the video. I want them instead to show it in a new window. And I'll say OK. All right, so now I've got this available for my students. I'll say Save. And they can see the little video icon here. They can click on it. It makes it large. And they can click play, and it'll play it, or they can minimize it. So now, when they come to this assignment, they've got the directions. They've got the resources. And then they have the questions themselves. And you may ask, why am I putting so many resources here? Why not put the resources separate? Because it does seem to add a little bit of clutter to the assignment. But here's the reason why. When students look at this on a calendar, they're going to see a list of all the things that have a due date and a point value. So if they click on this critical thinking questions that's due that Saturday, April 4th, they can see it, they can click on it, they can open it, and here's everything they need to do that assignment, including the instructional materials. So that's a plus. One other thing I want to do here, we're starting to get quite a collection of resources. So I'm going to go ahead and attempt to create a bulleted list here. Let's see how successful that is. There we go. And I will indent it. There we go. And save it. So good. Now we've got the directions, the resources, critical theme questions, and I could add multiple lecturettes here so that the students could go from one lecturette to the next lecturette all the way down. Remember, it's always good to keep the videos short.